Welcome. Welcome back
to the Free Judge Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for the wait. I know we're about 10 minutes late, but this is episode 157 coming to you straight from, you know what I mean, Bravery Studios. We down here right now. You got Gigi here to your right, K Senko down to your left.
You know how we do.
I don't know exactly the backstory behind the Ray Charles glasses, but let him tell it. He's fine. It's just a Sunday. Let me tell it. We might have been off 3 hours of sleep. Who knows?
Listen. Might have been a little bit of both. But listen, the machine never stops, baby. No matter what.
The machine never stops. It's never bigger than the program.
Never bigger than the program. Don't ever forget, he's never bigger than the program.
That's one of my favorite quotes from Game Bangers for sure. But now, man, talk to me, man. It's been an eventful week. What's up with you, man?
It's been in a very. I feel like we say that every week because it really is. And this we live some crazy times,
bro.
Now.
It's summertime though. Heat wave. Feel me? 105 degrees. How'd you feel about that?
Yeah, honestly, this weather's so weird because it was just.
Bro, it was 68 yesterday.
Yeah,
2 days ago.
Yeah,
like it was brick.
Yeah,
it
went from 105 to
68 to all right, what's going on? And it's crazy. Last night I went outside and like 12 o'clock it was 70 degrees. By 3 a.m. it was 81. I'm like, what the fuck's happening?
It don't make no sense.
I mean, did it get hotter as the sun? What's happening? But I realized I don't understand science, and that's fine. I'm cool with that.
Global warming is global warming is not real, by the way. You know.
You lying? See, that's that shit. Global warming's not real. What does that mean?
I was just being funny.
I was just
being funny.
Oh, all right, because you be dead ass.
Funny.
You be dead and you be serious. So I definitely don't know. I know for a fact global warming is real because it never snows in New Jersey no more.
Yeah,
we grew up shoveling snow to buy Beyblades and bullshit at Toys R Us.
Yeah, we did.
Kids today do not have any idea what snowing for money is
about.
Really,
no.
There hasn't been snow to stick on the floor since 2015.
Really
see people outside shoveling, walking around.
We got one. It snowed really big one time, and then by the morning or the next day, it was
literally it has not stuck. It has not stuck. I have not seen white streets in New Jersey in damn near 10 years, and it's fucking ridiculous. That's how I know global warming is true. It's real, and we need to save the polar bears because I don't know what's gonna happen in Antarctica, but that shit's melting, son. Shit's melting, 100%.
Polar bears in the North Pole.
Antarctica, North Pole, ain't that all the same shit? I don't be knowing.
Antarctica, South Pole.
Hey, stop! Don't do that. Don't do that like that. Make you look stupid.
I'm not even trying.
Polar bears are only up there.
Yeah, no polar bears.
That's trifling.
Right.
That's trifling. Ain't that some shit?
Yeah. But hey, the more you know.
Yeah, that shit.
More you know.
That shit is insane.
Yo, so and I feel like we got to kick it off. What's going on in New York City?
Yo, you said that before the cameras came on, and I feel like you told me, and I still don't know what you were talking about. What happened?
So
what's happening in New York?
Zoran Mamdani.
Who the fuck is that?
He just defeated Andrew Cuomo.
Oh, Zoran Mamdani. Yo, you say Zoran, I thought about Power Rangers, son. I'm like, Zordon? I'm like, what's his name?
Zoran.
I mean,
Zoran Mamdani.
That's close.
He just beat Cuomo for the primaries for the Democratic Party for the mayor elections, and everybody is freaking out. Everybody's freaking out.
Who's their ops? Who's in the Republican Party?
Well, I think they're going after. I think the only person standing in Mamdani's way is Mayor Adams now because he's the incoming president.
I didn't know he was a Republican.
I don't know. All
right, cool. That's fine.
But
I'm cool with that.
But listen, everybody's freaking out. For those who don't know, Mamdani is a democratic socialist, and his policies are very progressive, and people within his own party are freaking out. Everybody's been freaking out. It basically has been David versus Goliath because Mamdani is very grassroots. Like the people donated, and he was pointing out all the billionaires and everybody that was backing Cuomo, and he literally walked from Battery Park all the way uptown, like everybody come meet him. Yeah,
nigga, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, listen, he's really a man for the people, and even the Democrats are freaking out. The Republicans are freaking out. And a lot of his policies, like I said, are progressive. He wants to make it so child care for women. He wants to subsidize child care. He wants to
subsidize child care.
Yeah.
Like that's like after school programs and stuff like that? Like
child care for women, for children up to 5.
Oh, like
subsidized child care.
Subsidized means let's make this shit free.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
So yeah, subsidized.
Yeah,
So
subsidized is crazy. Like half the world has no idea what that means. I had an idea with the context clues, but anyway.
But yeah, so he's trying to do that. He is trying to freeze rent freezing rent. He wants to do a lot of other progressive things, and he wants to do this by upping the taxes for the corporations and the 1%, and he wants to take away some of the exemptions a lot of private institutions have in New York City as far as taxes are concerned. So he has a tax plan, and I wanted to come on and say that everybody's calling him a socialist and everything, and and socialism seems to be like a triggering word for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I want to, just break down the difference between democratic socialism. First of all, I want to talk about the different structures of government.
Right.
And I feel like here in America, a lot of the times when we talk about structures of government, we talk about capitalism specifically, that a lot of people don't really understand what capitalism is. Mm-hmm. A lot of people describe labor when talking about capitalism.
Right.
But in reality, labor has been the backbone of every civilization since the beginning of the world.
Yeah, that's a fact.
It's how you classify
majority of people
labor.
have to put in labor as a daily basis. You have to do something.
The form of government depends on the ownership of the surplus value that labor creates.
Damn, son, that was mad smart. That was crazy.
The ownership of the surplus value that labor creates, that depends on the type of the government that you have.
Right. That makes a lot of sense.
So capitalism, it's private ownership of the surplus value that labor creates. Okay. That's what people will describe it as, goods and commodities, but every society has always had goods and commodities. That's not capitalism.
Okay.
And another one is socialism. Socialism is when the means of production, surplus value that labor creates, is owned by the people or the workers, collectively owned.
Right.
Communism is when it's owned by the state.
What's the pros to both of those, though?
But there's pros and cons to every kind of government.
That's why I want to know, because I don't know the difference, because that shit's way above my pay grade.
So basically, communism in its purest form is classless and statesless.
Right.
Everything is owned by the government.
Everything's only going up.
Everything, yes.
Playing field, people get the same amount of money.
The government has a lot of control over a lot of stuff.
Right. Like, yeah.
Socialism is the people and the workers that have the control.
Okay.
And what you got to realize is most countries have some type of hybrid system. Most countries are not definitively capitalistic, socialistic, communist.
That's true.
Both of them have, yes, because, for example, everybody says communist China, but at the end of the day, China has billionaires. So you can't have communism and have billionaires. That doesn't make sense.
You're right. That is a contradiction.
It's a contradiction.
If this is supposed to be a place where everything's supposed to be even, how the hell we get these top percentage of people that can do that, can succeed to that level if it's a communism? Yeah,
exactly. So when people were calling him a socialist, if he was a socialist, he'd be wanting to eliminate the private sector as a whole.
Okay.
He's a democratic socialist. And when you look at the happiest countries in the world, most of them are democratic socialistic systems, such as Norway, such as Sweden, such as Finland. What do all those countries have? They
White
have
people.
Yes. Yes. Actually, yes. They are. Yes, they are. Yes.
They're all white.
Yes, they are. They are all. Yes, that is one.
I look like Matumbo out there.
you look exactly like. Right. They wouldn't know. Listen, you could be
like
from
Tyrese out there.
You could be from the Middle East. You could be. They know you're not from there.
I will be the most melanin they've ever seen in any of them countries, respectfully.
So Norway, Sweden, and Finland. Those are the ones I wanted to talk about. What do all those countries have?
Right.
They have safety social nets. They have healthcare. They have education that's free. They have strong labor unions. Mm-hmm. They also tax the wealthy.
Right.
So that's a democratic socialist system. That is what Mamdani is. Mm-hmm. And I think the real disconnect between generations is because our country kind of used to be like that. The boomers are the last generation that lived in that type of system, minus the healthcare.
No, yeah.
Boomers are the last. So you have to think about it. After World War II, labor unions were very strong.
Right.
education was heavily subsidized or free.
Right.
And the man who destroyed everything, for the most part, who I would say 65% of today's problems we can go back to
Reagan?
Ronald Reagan.
Ah, you didn't think I knew that.
Ronald?
Y'all didn't think I knew that. I'm not that dumb.
Ronald Reagan is...
Reaganomics.
Ronald Reagan is the reason why we slashed a lot of that stuff. So before he was even president, in the 60s and 70s, he was governor of California.
Oh, that's why California resonates with so much hate for him. Because Kendrick been talking about Ronald Reagan since his first album.
I'm telling yes.
I didn't understand that.
Ronald Reagan was the governor of California. Wow. And what was going on in the 60s and 70s? Shit. Vietnam. So, who is on the... history is crazy the way it repeats itself. Who is on the forefront of the anti-war movement? College students.
Right.
So college students in California are protesting the war. Reagan looks at that and say, oh, we need to stop giving our money to these people. This is a privilege. Education is a privilege. So he laid the foundation, what we know today as student loan system. Before that, it used to be heavily subsidized or free.
Wait, Ronald Reagan invented Fannie Mae? For the most part?
Yeah.
Oh, Ronald Reagan is our biggest op, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't even understand. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
And it came from the college kids, and it's like, wow, we are educating. Why are we using our tax dollars to educate these kids and making them all radicals?
Wait, you're telling me prior to that, college was free?
Bro, you didn't know that? Or heavily subsidized? Absolutely.
I swear, I did not know that, and I promise you, damn near 99% of people did not know that.
That's what I'm saying. The boomer generation is the last generation. Yeah, absolutely.
Marv, you knew that? No, thank you.
Absolutely, and of course, that's also around the time of the civil rights when black people start getting rights. It all coincides.
Yeah. We're gonna give anybody free shit. It's definitely not gonna be these motherfuckers that we just let off the hook. That's crazy.
So he did
they're
that.
Like, now that black people can get into these integrated schools, they're like, well, let's privatize it and put them. And that automatically puts
student loans. This is a privilege. Higher education is a privilege. The whole shift started with Reagan, and then it spread like wildfire to the rest. And now it's a student loan system we have today.
I'm surprised they didn't clap his ass. What?
College
was just free. All of a sudden, we got to pay $20,000. Well, I'm sure tuition, but I mean, $1,500 back then was like they're going to $50,000. So damn.
So again,
what an asshole.
The next decade, he becomes the president.
Right.
What does he do? He goes after the labor unions. He destroyed so many different labor unions.
Mm-hmm. By go after, what do you mean exactly? Like just try to tear them apart? Like
yes, anti-labor union, chatter, and a lot of the movement actually. Yeah. Ronald Reagan was the one who really spearheaded that. Anti-unions. And
unions, for people who don't know, is like when you hear about like, oh, I work for the construction union in New York. I work for this union. I know that comes with a lot of benefits of
it's just like it's
like
the same
protection.
It's the same thing where like the NBA and NFL have a collective bargaining agreement.
Right.
With the actual league.
Players.
Yes, where a player representative is saying, look, we're trying to negotiate a new deal. This is what we want. This is what, you know what I mean? So he destroyed a lot of the labor unions.
I get it. People understood that they have power and coming together as a workforce and being able to say like, all right, you guys don't want to pay us fair? We're not showing up tomorrow.
Yes,
that's what people.
Yes,
okay, and they take the control back.
They take the control back by taking. That's why
you can't make no money if we don't show up to Target. If we don't show up here, have fun doing self checkout in 1960, bitch. I got shit to do.
Like if you're labor, you're good. If you're construction or teachers or police officers, but in general, a lot of industries had strong labors. Strong labor unions.
Okay,
he destroyed those.
Damn.
So not only that, Reaganomics comes in, trickle down economics. He was the one who really started off the tax cuts for the wealthy, because before then, 40s, 50s, 60s. Wealthy, they paid their taxes. Yeah. So, like I said, the boomers are the last generation of the work hard, you get rewards. Mm-hmm. So you can go to college, you can raise a family, you can go on vacations a few times a year, you can buy a house all off one income. Boomers were the last, and we're not even taking consideration inflation. Now add inflation to the mix. So now the boomers are the last generation of the hard work generation. Now they're carrying that over to us, and they taught Gen X's and taught us Go to school, work hard, get a degree.
Yo, you're fucking my head up right now, bro. Slow it down, yo. That's fucking incredible.
Yo, you feel me? Like,
yo, it makes so much sense. All right, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
But like, you're blowing my mind right now.
No, but work hard, get an education, get a degree.
Right.
Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. They were the generation where they had a low barrier entry to capital. A low barrier to entry to capital. Nowadays, our generation, we're the most educated generation out of any other generation.
Yeah,
have the least amount of wealth.
I was gonna say, but we fucking poor.
The least amount of home ownership. So the system that they taught us has been failing.
Yeah, and it makes sense though. You signed me up for some student loans that I gotta start paying at 21. You put me in such a disadvantage that by the time I'm 31, I'm still worried about this $1,200 a month I owe Fannie Mae every year.
Not only that,
every month.
Not only that. Oh,
how am I supposed to pay a mortgage if I'm paying this?
Not only that. Oh, you want $60,000 for a bachelor degree? So not only did I get the education, I can't even get a job that's worth the education that I got. So it's full circle.
Yeah, I love hearing your perspective on these things. Side note, I like hearing your perspective on these things because you went to college. You know what I'm saying? You were lucky enough to be blessed with the talent. Fucking the you know what I'm saying? You had the genetics that you were just good at sports. So I'm sure you didn't pay a damn near $1 probably. But it's like, damn, like you know the story. You hear it from people. You know a lot more college graduates. So you hear those stories. And my brother too. He had a lot of similar stories where he's like, yo, bro, my boy spent $60,000 a year and got out of here with no job, and he's paying $2,000 a month in student loans. And it's like, yo, that shit will put you. That would really mess you up. Like if it wasn't for them scholarships, you probably be even way more upset right now.
Way more.
you be ready to light something on fire right now.
But what I'm saying is that we used to live in a system where that was the benefit. Like I just said, Norway, Sweden.
That's amazing, right? Damn.
All that has been erased and disappeared. And now adding inflation.
Right.
Now adding inflation to all of that.
All of that, right.
So now we're in a situation, like I said, most governments are hybrid. We're in a hybrid system. It just benefits the wealthy. It used to benefit the people after World War II. Now the transition to it benefits the wealthy. They never call it socialism when they get subsidized and we get our social programs taken away. They don't call it socialism then. They only call it socialism when they're trying to flip the switch and benefit the people.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like if more people knew everything you just told me about how things were before Ronald Reagan, there'd be I feel like more of an uproar. If people knew, like, wait, you mean we didn't have student loans 30, 40 years ago? Oh, it's over. We could go back to that.
Guess what? Like, don't forget, they didn't have credit scores either. No credit scores. I'm telling you, like. They lived like that era right there. That was the era. That was the last white picket fence American dream era. Yeah, there was no after that.
That was like the birth of the suburb in America. Like everything was just growing. They were building houses the way you could plant a tree, or how fast they were building communities. And that's the suburbs we live in now.
So I think that's a big disconnect, and I feel like our generation is the one that's really going to change stuff because we're at the forefront. Gen X, they kind of see the change a little bit, but our generation is the first generation where like, nah, this is not working.
I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm such a fan of like just life in general that like I'm not really tripping about none of that. I kind of like that we're living a different experience. I don't want to say I like it because I don't know. There's probably some people who are really at the bottom of this totem pole who are really hurting. And I mean, luckily we've been blessed enough. You know what I'm saying? Our whole lives, you feel me? We weren't struggling for food necessarily. You feel me?
Yeah.
But it's like. I can appreciate this experience just because it's like, damn, this is going to be our story. Like, we lived through this. And we might not understand the effects of it till 30, 40 years from now when we're complaining about fucking who's going to be the mayor of New York. Like, when we're truly complaining, when we're really upset about this shit. Because that's going to be me.
And like I've been saying, is that the Democratic Party, they aren't really on the left until a real leftist walks in the room, like Mamdani, and now they freaking out.
Yeah.
Now Cuomo's like, I might run in. He's saying he's going to run independent. Yo. Freaking out. They're all freaking out.
Yeah, I'm not.
They're all freaking out, bro. So yeah, he's a man of the people. He just won the primary, so I guess we'll see what happens. But we're definitely seeing a shift, especially with the millennials, because the millennials are the generation. Like I said, they're the ones that really first generation has gotten left out of everything that they taught us about life, everything they taught us about America.
That's so
it's all been smoke and mirrors for the past 30 years, and it's starting to come to fruition. And like I always saying, do you think in the next 10, 15, 20 years, inflation is going to get better?
Absolutely not. I'm banking on it.
But I'm saying everything's getting worse. So it's only a matter of time. And that's the thing about history. There are dips and valleys. Authoritarians come up. A revolution has to follow. It all happens. It's either a revolution, famine, or a war. It
all fucking media.
It's all Rift and Valley. So I guess we'll see what happens. But I'll be watching closely.
Damn, I feel like you just took me on a journey, son. Like on some Magic School Bus shit. I seen all this going on visually in my head. I was seeing Ronald Reagan. I was seeing the suburbs.
Bro,
I was seeing when they used to deliver the milk in front of your crib. Remember that? That was fucking insane. Come deliver some milk. The fuck out
The
of here.
milkman is crazy.
The milkman is crazy.
But yeah, man, we're at nothing's really where everything's faith, everything's AI, everything's artificial. The food's artificial. Yo, everything, nothing like smoke and mirrors. But at the same time, the 1% is making more money. So they never call it socialism when the wealthy benefit. The fact that we subsidize private prisons billions of dollars a year, nobody calls that socialism. But anytime that somebody wants to come into office and bring something that benefits the people, now everybody's freaking out about socialism, hitting the socialism button, socialism. Damn. So it's just crazy to think about. But I feel like we're the generation that's really going to change things.
Yeah, I mean, there's this quote from Tupac that he said it. It was actually Kendrick Lamar quote. It was in the middle of his album, and it was like a dialogue they were having. It was obviously fake, because I mean,
of course,
Pac died way before you. It was from To Pimp a Butterfly, and he was just saying like the ground's gonna open up, and the people are gonna, like, the world's gonna eat itself. The people are gonna get sick and tired, and they're gonna keep rebelling, and it's like, damn, is history repeats? It sounds like he's manifesting the future, but it's like, nah. If you know history repeats itself, it's gonna, like you said, authoritarian powers come into play. Then there's got to be a rebellion, and then we got to reset and let's do some new authority, because that last thing didn't work. The people got upset, and it was over for them. They're gonna overthrow this shit.
History is a fascinating history. When you study history, it's peaks and valleys, peaks and valleys.
I didn't know that the education was free like that.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, absolutely. And crazy. Not only that, your degree actually meant something.
Yeah.
So just everything. So like I said, the boomers, their whole mindset is the work hard generation. And everybody else is lazy, because back in my day, I could buy a house for the cost of a Toyota Corolla.
Yeah, literally.
You feel me? Like,
yeah, literally. Mortgage $150. Like, what the fuck? Like, I remember, I'll never forget when your Uncle Tommy, when he shout out to Tom, right? When he pulled up and he was telling us, like, yeah, I used to live right in front of Central Park, and he was paying like $700 a month for like a 3-bedroom or something.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah, like that sounds
like, in front of Central Park. Like, what are you talking about?
Like that,
I don't think nothing over there costs less than like $7,000 probably. Yeah, and we're not talking about high rises. I'm talking about
the lower, like
townhome in what do they call brownstone? There's no way you're paying less than $6,000-7,000.
So it's definitely a different world. It's a different world, and it doesn't look like it's getting any better. But I think this is going to be a spark that everybody's going to start waking up.
All right, but so another news.
Yes,
I want to turn the page, because there's a lot going on in this Diddy case.
Yo.
I'm not going to lie. FanDuel, they saying it might be Diddy in 7. They're saying it might be Diddy in 7.
Yeah, honestly,
check your parlays, check your tickets.
You were right. I think you're right. You did say.
Dang, hold on. Can I get an applause, a moment? Can I get some shine? You know what I'm saying? Kamar just told me I might be right. This might be a moment in time.
The verdict's tomorrow.
Oh shit! Tomorrow on Monday?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
I mean, there's no court on weekends.
Right, of course, no, but I'm so used to. Usually, I feel like every last court day is on a Friday. That's like sentencing day normally too.
So they did. So
if you got court on a Friday, you might not want to go if you know you're guilty. I ain't gonna lie. Just a good piece of advice, son. You might want to just hit the high road, do the race or something, because if you got court on Friday and you know you did it, Friday is the day you're going to jail. Shout out to the let's figure out what's going on. Not in a positive way, shout out, because he's still a dickhead, but I want to hear what your thoughts are, because I know a lot of charges have been dropped, and like I said, it's looking like Diddy in 7 on FanDuel.
They dropped kidnapping, arson, sex trafficking, and it's funny. The defense.
Wait, they dropped kidnapping, arson, and sex trafficking. What the fuck else is left? What's the name? Got parking tickets? I thought that was the whole case.
No. It's still coercion is what they're trying to say.
Coercion?
Yeah.
Coercion.
So, like,
people that got paid, a girl that got pissed on.
So,
and my freaky ass with some baby oil.
What
did I coerce? So what did I coerce?
The defense came out with a statement and saying this has basically been a money grab, money hunt. Right. The defense is basically saying you sat this man on trial for a RICO. You had all these people come and testify against him, but nobody else got arrested. They come out and say, "Listen, this has all been a witch hunt and all for smoke." And the prosecution's coming and say, "Don't let any of all this fool you. He's a cunning, conniving man." And so it's I don't know.
I'm gonna be honest. Like, Diddy's staying for life. There's no way we could look at him the same. We all saw that video on the elevator. He's guilty of everything from that video. It just makes you feel like, fuck this dude. And like, I think he's fucked, but I also think he really didn't do himself no justice, because right before all this happened, and the conspiracy is that the reason why all this happened to him is because Diddy started pushing this black political party we should start, and then he started talking about he's suing the liquor company. And
I did see that.
Those two powers, you get into politics and liquor, which are the same thing for real. ATF is
everything.
It's a government institution. It's alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. That's because alcohol is the government's. That's their shit.
Listen, everything is
fucking
political.
around.
Everything is political.
That's what I'm saying.
You know why everything's political? Because every industry has the money. They fund the politicians. Everything's political.
Exactly. And that's what the conspiracy is. That's kind of what's going on. But obviously, that's a legend, and we really never know that. But it's starting to really feel that way. And everything you just said, it's like they just dropped the 3 biggest charges. Kidnapping, that's going to get you a 15 or better. Sex trafficking, that sounds like you're going to do a lot of time for it. And arson, there's levels to that. But hey, listen, that Kid Cudi testimony was all hearsay, she stayed. They kicked that out. The sex trafficking, they throwing that out because honestly, I was very nervous for all the entertainers, rappers, celebrities, because if me buying a girl a flight so that we can have sex at my condo in Miami, if that's sex trafficking, then shit, what am I aspiring to? I thought that's what we was trying to get rich for. Like, what am I trying to get a condo in? You feel me? In these islands and shit. If I can't fly my girlfriend that I met or a girl that I met on the internet, like, what the fuck? That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, that's a slippery slope. Like, if that's what they were calling sex trafficking, I'm like, okay, this is weird. I think this is like the first time we've ever heard that happen too. Like, they're considering that a federal crime to fly somebody in for sex. Like, I don't think that's ever been heard. Have you ever heard something like that? In anybody else's case? This is the first time that's ever even been a thing. And everybody was freaked out about it. Like, it died down, but the idea of like me flying a girl here, that's sex trafficking?
Yeah, that's weird.
Like, you can't put a bitch on a Greyhound? Like, now I'm gonna go to jail for sex trafficking, like the cartel. like
yeah, that's
because when you hear sex trafficking, I'm thinking hopping out a white van.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying.
Feel me? Chloroform. You going to sleep. That's to be sex trafficking, right? Like, what you mean? I sex trafficking? Shorty sent me her birthday, first and last name. What are you talking about?
And
now this bitch to JFK.
And now they talking federal because you're talking about state to state now. Now they talking a whole bunch of different.
That's why I'm like, I always saw that charge having to be bullshit, because I'm like, if that's what they're standing on, that's weird. Like, that just didn't seem like a crime to me. Like, no matter how I painted it. And
we'll see what happens in the verdict. We saw his daughters leaving the courthouse. They were in tears, hysterical.
I mean, of course, bro. The trauma
I can't imagine.
That's the people I feel the saddest for. Everybody else is like an adult. You know what I'm saying? Like his kids, Quincy and Justin and King Kong, like they was just in Dykeman. Like, motherfuckers is chilling. They not worried. They was with Odell in the middle of maracas, but that's another question. That's another thing. But the girls, it's like, damn, bro, they're still in school. They got to deal with, everybody knows what's going on. Your dad's the most talked about human outside of Donald Trump right now. Like, it's fucked up.
Speaking of Justin just got hit with his new lawsuit. Did you hear?
Justin Combs?
Yeah.
What the fuck he do?
Apparently, he promised this girl a dream, sold her dreams, told her she was going to be so and so,
as he should.
Flew her out to L.A. and apparently she's claiming that she was sexually assaulted by a few different men over the past few days, and the diddler was one of them. And it just came out.
What?
Just came out.
Nah, me and my pops ran a train. It's crazy.
It was over a few different days. You feel me? Because they seem like, I don't know.
Yeah, right. Diddy probably do seem like one of them, like, yo,
what's
keeping that?
Yeah, like, I'm about to say, yo, that's you.
You could let her stay here.
Yeah, like, yo, that's you, Playboy. Like, yo, that's you. He seemed like one of those, like, yo, like, she got friends. Like, he seemed like one of those.
Yeah, he definitely do. But I mean, honestly, at this point, bro, that family's so targeted, bro. It's so easy to just make a claim against some people that are going through some of the worst turmoil in their lives. It's sad that they're even going through that. 'Cause I'm going to just say, Justin, I think you're innocent. I really don't know. I hope you are. But that shit sound like a money grab. Sounds like one of the money grabs.
It could absolutely be a money grab, but...
Bro, that must suck, bro. Like, you can't trust a soul when you got that kind of money. And then when your pop's going to do some fuck shit and you got that stain on your name, it's like, bro, now people go, the apple don't fall too far from the tree. And they're going to bring up everything they ever seen Justin do. And, he was arguing. He was yelling at his girlfriend at the studio. Now they're going to say he beats women. Like, that shit is trash, bro.
Or a scenario is a woman that dealt with him in the past, like,
And that's the fuckery, bro.
And
Because I was just thinking, the girl you're talking about, this had to be years ago because Diddy's been in jail for like damn near a year, I felt like. He's been in jail for a minute. So this would have been when Diddy was out. And I'm assuming, I mean, he was waiting for the case to happen before he got locked up. Like, it was like 3 months of him running around, I feel like, completely free. And everybody's like, yo, isn't he going to jail like anytime soon? And then they finally like put out the superseding indictment or whatever, and I went and got him. But I don't know, man.
We got a comment. Jonathan Mensa said, I think Diddy's going to jail still. We'll question this for how long.
I ain't gonna lie,
Is it going to be in the box? I say 10, 15.
He's doing 10 to 15 years drunk, bro. Nobody, listen, 10 to 15 years drunk. I ain't gonna lie to you. Diddy right now on FanDuel is a minus 180. He's heavily favored. I'm trying to tell you. Some shit going on out there we don't know about, but he's paying the right people. And listen, the spirit of Rob Kardashian is in that motherfucking courtroom, son. Oh, was it Rob? Isn't that dad? I don't know. But long story short, he's going to get out of there. I'm telling you, bro. Too much money being spent. OJ done killed 2 people and got off. Diddy's about to get off, so they have nothing to stand on. All those charges, what's left?
I don't know.
I want to know which charges left.
You could look it up. I don't know.
Oh, you said coercion.
Coercion, and there's a few others.
That don't sound like nothing, though. Like, coercion sounds crazy. Like, I convinced you? That's what it means to coerce somebody. I convinced you. I don't know. I don't fucking know.
But you said FanDuel.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see the new policy that was going on in FanDuel and what they're doing?
What happened?
So this is what happened. You know, like them Discord chats and everything for the picks.
Yeah.
So apparently it was one of them chats, and one guy put like a crazy like 8-leg home run parlay. Mm-hmm. And mad people hit it.
Oh shit!
FanDuel lost like 2.2
billion.
Yeah, $1 million, I think.
Oh, that ain't shit.
$8 million.
They make that in an hour or something.
But it was a crazy parlay. Yeah, mad people hit. So apparently their new policy is if they feel like you're working in conjecture with other people, they can void your bets.
Oh,
they just put the new policy in. And the thing, what's crazy is the fact that they have your location. They got your location. So if there's a few people doing the same bet in the same I feel like it's a very slippery slope. What you think? What you think about that?
I mean, personally, man, FanDuel, one of my biggest ops next to Easy Pass, Ronald Reagan now.
I'm telling you.
I got a couple new ops, but for sure, FanDuel is one of them, especially in the NBA season. But, I mean, hey, listen, you got to protect the money, man. I ain't mad at you, gang. They got to do what they got to do, son.
The house always wins. They always find a way.
Like, you got to know how to, you got to know what game you're playing. You got to know you're playing a losing game.
Yeah, you are playing a losing game.
You got to respect the hustle. Like, yo, listen, I'm going to put this money online. It's more likely that I'm going to lose it than I'm going to win some. But there's some days I'm going to win some, and you got, listen, do you want to play or not? You want this money or not, man?
It was like a $10 ticket. People was hitting. It was like $250,000. It was like $250,000 each.
Yeah, 8 home runs is fucking crazy.
It was like what?
8 home run parlay is insane. That's like astronomical. That's insane. So you don't hit no 8-leg home run parlay.
So now there's this new policy. So it's I think it's bad. It's bad for the betting business.
Listen,
bad for the betting world.
Shit I ever seen, son. It had to be like 2021, son. And allegedly, all I know is somehow motherfuckers hacked FanDuel, son. And I remember there was a method on how you could place a bet that was guaranteed to hit. And motherfuckers was going to FanDuel and walking in there, getting thousands of dollars and walking right out like nothing's happening, son. And it was so crazy. Like I literally, allegedly, might have seen somebody walk in FanDuel and walk out with $30,000 in bets that he didn't put up $1. I don't know how the fuck it happened. They hacked the system on some shit. And it was so ill because I remember that whole week, that it was like a 3-day period that they were just running amok through FanDuel. I don't know how much money they took. They had to be hundreds of thousands, not millions. Because it was like a guarantee we're going to hit this bet. We don't even have to upload money. It was some crazy ass loophole. And it was so real. It was so real. 2 people got killed out there. Like people don't forget that even happened. It was right when FanDuel just got open. And literally.
Down in Jersey, talking about.
Yeah, right there at MetLife.
Yeah.
Somebody was waiting in the parking lot. It was because that was happening. There was people waiting in the parking lot, watching other motherfuckers go get that free money. Yeah. They came outside and they boomed them.
Joking.
Yeah, they was like, oh yeah, bet. Him, he got it. But I say all that to say, like, FanDuel gotta protect the bag. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at you, gang. Do what you gotta do. Just don't fuck up my ticket. You know what I'm saying? Because NFL season is here, and Derrick Henry anytime touchdown is about to.
It's about to cook.
You know what I mean? If you know, you know. Had Derrick Henry anytime touchdown is gonna pay your rent this year, motherfucker. Like.
So speaking of football, apparently Antonio Brown is filed for bankruptcy.
God damn. Speaking of football, apparently Antonio Brown. Yo, that's mad funny. That's like, speaking of music, Michael Jackson has another rape case. It's like, what? Like, what does that have to do with each other? Like, shout out to AB though.
He filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in Florida, declaring less than $50K in assets, reportedly owing nearly $3 million to creditors, including $1.2 million civil verdict in 2020 for an assault. After earning
how much he owes for assault?
1.2 and $3 million for creditors.
Oh,
after earning over $100 million for his career. So, and not only that, don't forget, he's in the Middle East right now.
Is he?
He's been on he's wanted for attempted murder.
Oh,
don't forget about that. Antonio Brown is still wanted.
He's mad funny.
Yeah,
I was right. He hit the race.
He
got up out of here.
So. Yeah. So what are your thoughts on?
I mean, you know, he took this out the playbook. You know what to do. You know what he's doing. You listen. When all else starts to fail, hey, I'm broke. What are y'all talking about?
Yeah, I don't.
Who the fuck?
I don't have nothing.
1.2, 3 million. I don't have nothing. I got 8 kids, 6 BMs, and not $1 to give y'all. And 7 years later, you get a new credit score.
What Kodak say? It's fake money, man. I don't got nothing.
I'm just saying though, for real. Like, we seen 50 Cent do it. We seen how many Mike Tyson did it. We seen all these famous super rich people that got super wealthy really quick, and they filed for bankruptcy when all this fails, and then it's like, all right, clean slate. Give me 7 years. Like, it's gonna destroy your credit. It's gonna fuck up everything. But give it 7 years, you'll be all right. You'll respawn like a GTA.
Yeah, like you respawn back, like, you'll be fine. Outside the hospital.
Listen, if I owe $4 million,
what money?
What are you talking about? I'm Pop. I'm fucking Pop. And I gotta go fight a fucking attempted murder case. You're gonna spend $250,000, $500,000 easily. He gonna have to reach into one of his friends. That's the thing though. When you was in the NFL, your whole Rolodex is millionaires. Yeah. Why? Because all your teammates are millionaires. The kid. Well, he didn't go to a big college, but I was gonna say your college team is a millionaires. You know what I'm saying? The connections are crazy. Kanye is one of your best friends. Like, just call Ye. He'll be all right. Call Ye. Get the bag. You know what to do. Get Brian Steele on the phone. You'll be home. It's a Florida case. Get Brian Steele on the case now. Get Brian Steele on the case now.
What I wanted to read the statistic. It said 78% of NFL players reportedly go broke or financially stressed within the first 3 years of leaving the league. The average NFL player earns between $3.2 to $10 million during their career. So 78% end up in financial ruins after 3 years.
Yeah, that's easy. I can see that. I can for sure see
crazy. That's dead crazy.
That happens though. You've had no. With all due respect, you've had no build up to that kind of wealth. You've never dealt with money. You've never had a job. Your job's always been to put in physical labor. I didn't have time to go work. You go from relative to millions of dollars. You had zero to millions.
A lot of them had like relatively
zero
nothing
to millions. So it's like, yeah, of course you're gonna go broke, motherfucker. You've never had to work your way from a $1,500 a month apartment to that $15,000 mansion you got right now, or $15,000 a month mansion you got right now. There was no in between. You don't know what that takes. You have no idea what it feels like to keep that up with a normal hustle. Your hustle is I get 60,000 every 2 weeks. It's not normal.
And
you're an anomaly.
And not only that, it's based off your athleticism. And how long can that go?
And
you're making a large amount in a short time based off athleticism, and not building any asset.
And that too, you're 22 years old. It's not like you're getting as much as somebody at 40 or 35, 32. I'm 21, 22 years old. You just gave me $5 million. Right. It's lit. And it's 67 people on this team. The 20 guys I want to hang out with, they go to the club and spend 40, 50,000. I got to keep up. I'm gonna spend my little 5, my little 10. I have no business spending 5, 10. I make the same money as a dentist, no disrespect to minimum.
Of course.
What's the league minimums? They make like 600,000 after
something
taxes.
Like that, yeah.
350, 400 if you're lucky. You make dentist doctor money. You feel me? Like you're not necessarily rich or wealthy. Like you're just well off at 300,000 for it.
Exactly.
Like you're not rich.
And how many years?
Feels like it.
How many years are you gonna be doing that?
Exactly. You're one good cut away from never doing that again.
And not only that, I believe you can have the option of getting paid every 2 weeks, or game checks. Imagine you taking game checks. You're only getting paid
4 months out the year.
17 weeks out of the year.
Yeah. And you don't do shit for them 17 weeks because you're so busy with work that off season, I'm about to fuck off. It's late. Like, why not? So, I mean, I can't blame him. That's what I was saying. I was saying to say, like, I can't blame him. There's been a strong effort, though, in sports in general to coach these young men financially outside of just on the field and in their regular. It's like, no, you need to coach these men financially because that's sad, bro. 78% is insane, especially when you done touch some millions. You put that shit in the right place, bro. You put up $2-3 million. You really shouldn't have to work ever again. Like, like realistically, you shouldn't.
But listen, but now you're talking about spending habits. Now you're having a few kids. Now we that's
a fact.
Now we cutting that pie up. Start divvying up that pie.
Sure is. And you know when you that kind of breadwinner, even though $1 million a year sounds good, like I said, after taxes, $500,000. After I got to pay my mom's life, my dad's life, I got a couple siblings. I might have blew $100,000 on them this year, maybe $200,000. You feel me? And then you living an extravagant ass life. I can't just go on a regular vacation with my shorty. Even the most regular vacations is crazy, like for real. Like, especially when everything's on you. It's like, yo, you could live a modest vacation, 2 first class flights, $1,500, $2,500 minimum. I'm talking about to a regular island too. Not
even though. Yeah.
So you go to Dubai, it's literally $20,000 for first class.
Oh yeah,
it's private jet price for a first class ticket to Dubai. But I'm saying that to say, boom. $2,500 on flights. I mean, $5,000 on 2 first class tickets. Boom. Hotel, $800 a night. And that's not even extravagant. Because these motherfuckers go and rent the whole hotel, whole resorts. The real ballers. You feel me? The highest player. So it's like, bro, you're gonna spend $20,000, $30,000 on a vacation in the week, and that feels like, all right, that's cool. But you don't realize, like, yo, that's not okay. It's just okay for right now. But it's like, yo, low key, I just blew like 10% of what I'm making this year, and you didn't even realize it. Or you buy a chain. I just blew $50,000. Like, bro, I was like damn near 15% of what I'm gonna make this season. But you don't think about it like that. You caught up being 21, 22, 23.
Yeah, 78%. That's 3 out of every 4. Like that's 4 out of every 5. That's 80%.
That is
485.
80 than it is.
You're right. That is. You're right.
Like, that's bad.
That's 485, bro. Damn. That means 1 of every 5.
I'm about to say right.
You an anomaly.
Damn.
If you're not in financial, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, damn, bro.
So that's the thing. I feel like.
Shout out to them. Hey, listen. Hey, jersey check-in real quick. Nas Reed, you know what I'm saying? Just signed 5 years, 125. Jersey.
Shout out Nas Reed.
You shitting me? 125 fucking million for a kid from like Linden or Rosette? Yo, bro. Shout out to him, bro. Much love. That shit was dope. When I seen that post this weekend, I was fucking livid. I was like, this is amazing, bro. To really see like somebody that's from the soil that like was just a kid the other day and now $125 million. Shitting me? 6 man a year, former 6 man a year.
Yeah, he's up.
Get your fucking money, boy. I would love that shit.
So, in other news, did you see what's going on with Teddy Payne and Aubrey Drake Graham?
Oh my God! Wait,
Theodore Payne and Aubrey.
Listen,
Tallahassee Payne.
They say that
Tallahassee Payne.
Drake was in the comments. So T-Pain was on a podcast and he was talking about certain things that apparently Drake didn't live up to it and said. Like Drake was always talking about he wants to bow out gracefully. He doesn't want to like get pushed out. And T-Pain's pretty much saying like, yo, you've been trying to drop songs after songs and you're kind of getting pushed out. And Drake was in the comments like, this nigga's always been a hater.
Yeah,
like,
I saw that.
Apparently there's like an underlying beef that's always been going on and we didn't know about it.
And Offset also commented.
Oh, where? What did Offset say?
Basically taking Drake's side, like, you know, like it's crazy how
Offset
haters.
A friend.
Offset, he going through it right now. He going through it right now.
He's going through it right now. Whatever he got going on, God bless Offset.
Offset going through it right now.
Because you reached out to Drake, you blowing my shit.
Nah, it was under the comments.
I know, I'm saying, but like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he knows exactly.
He knows Drake will find that out. He knows Drake's gonna see that.
Of course, by himself too.
Yeah.
Himself. I saw all the clips where it's, you know, it seemed like there was something between Drake and T-Pain for a while now, Tallahassee Payne. So
yeah, and I ain't gonna lie too, like T-Pain, he has a strong argument. I'm a down as hell that he's probably top 5 most influential artists ever. Like he's like high key like the Steph Curry of this shit. Like you could do that. Like people's like all of a sudden you could just shoot threes. Like you don't have to really. I mean, he can actually sing, but all of a sudden we found out, oh, I can make everything a hit by just using this. Bet. And then like we saw Like a couple people take a play out the auto-tune book, like the Snoop with Sexual Eruption.
Yeah.
Snoop did it, and that was like the first time we see somebody outside of T-Pain was like, oh, he's just using auto-tune. Like it's like singing in front of a fan.
And then
Lil Wayne started doing it, and then motherfucking everybody and their mother, and now you can't listen to a song without
Travis
auto-tune.
Scott was like, yeah, I can do this. You feel me?
And really, too, it was like Snoop.
Playboy Cardi was like, word?
I gotta make sure I pay homage because it was Snoop, and then Kanye said, I'm gonna make a whole fucking album.
Kanye,
like that.
yeah,
Watch
yeah.
this. 808s and
808s.
Heartbreak. Some shit that sounds like it's from 2030. I'm gonna make that in 2007, 2008. But all coming back to T-Pain, bro.
Tallahassee Pain is stamped.
One of them ones.
Stamped.
Like I definitely want to make sure I give him his credit, bro.
Oh, he deserves all
that
his credit.
auto-tune shit changed the game.
But not only
changed it.
But it's not only just the auto-tune. Do you remember Features T-Pain? He went on...
Bro, what?
Bro.
He was on a tear for like 5 years. That was crazy.
That was crazy. Yeah, he did. He
crazy, bro.
He went crazy.
And shout out to Akon, because Akon's one of the most underrated like music executives, like very low key. Like
Agreed.
People don't realize he was behind. First of all, he's behind his own career. Akon had a very successful career. You'll listen to 5, 10 Akon songs and you just realize like, yo, I didn't know I knew all the words to this shit.
Yeah.
I be listening to Akon on my phone by accident. I'm like, yo, I didn't realize I knew every single word to this shit. Like from Locked Up to Ghetto to I Wanna Love You to Smack That to
he got a lot of
hits. To Nobody Wanna See Us Together. All of that, and he got it all. Like he got so much variety. Like he was doing so much shit, but not just that. T-Pain was under the Akon umbrella. Lady Gaga was also Akon's artist first. So like just that two alone, iconic. And including himself?
You up.
Them three? Oh, that boy good. That's why he putting Lights in Africa and shit. You listen. If I once owned the rights to Lady Gaga and T-Pain's catalog, respectfully, I'm putting Lights in Africa. Respectfully. I promise you gonna see Teslas and DR on every fucking corner if I made $100 million on fucking Lady Gaga. I promise you. You gonna see some shit. You will see some shit. So I'll have LeBron at a fucking Dominican baseball camp, and it has nothing to do with fucking basketball. We just doing shit. Let me get the rights to Lady Gaga and fucking T-Pain.
I'll have a unicorn.
That's what I'm saying. Right. Exactly.
I'll spice a unicorn up.
Bro, I will have a liger as a pet. I don't give a fuck. If I'm that rich, bro, what? Shout out to Pain, though. Ain't from Jersey. Make sure we shout that out.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, T-Pain from Jersey City.
I never knew that.
Yeah, that's what when he went to jail, his whole convict music shit, he was for stealing cars. He was a part of a store.
Wait, you said Akon.
Akon, yes.
Okay, you said T-Pain. You just said T-Pain. I'm about to say T-Pain from Tallahassee.
I'm tripping. I said T-Pain. I was talking too fast.
I know what you mean.
You knew Akon was from Jersey though?
I didn't know that either.
All right, cool. So,
but I knew Tallahassee Pain.
Act like that's what I said. So cool. Akon.
I know it.
yeah. T-Pain for sure. Yo, you know, people also forget. Listen, T-Pain. People forget, bro. I'm in love with a stripper. He was 19 years old. Like he was a child. He wasn't even allowed in the strip club. How the fuck was you in love with a stripper?
Well, you artists, and artists is different. But here's another one. He had an album called Rapper Turned Singer. Feel me? He was another one. I feel like it's kind of on the pop wave. You feel me?
Nah, I ain't gonna say pop. Well, yeah, eventually. You're right. Yeah. Cause I had them apple bottom jeans and boots with the bird. That shit is very mainstream. You're right. That's pop. That's pop like a motherfucker. And I'm not mad at it though.
No. His run was
T-Pain goated.
Nah, he is.
I can't believe it.
He won a Shaq run.
And when I really think about it, bro, his sound was so ahead of his time and diverse.
Yes, it really was.
No songs really sounded the same. No. Even though it all was auto-tuned.
Buy Me a Drink.
The cadences, all of that shit was so different, bruh.
He's
I'm in love with a stripper, she ride and she rolls.
He stay out the way, still married to his wife. You feel me?
And he just like 5 songs just went in my head just now. I was like, those are all his features. He wasn't even.
That's why I'm saying, he won a feature crazy. He went on his Titty Boy 2 Chainz feature run. You feel me? Like
it was bigger than that. Way bigger than that.
That was crazy.
Because he was the chorus too. That's always gonna make you bigger. Yeah. Because you're bigger than the artist. Nobody gives a fuck about Flow Rider. We're trying to get low. We don't know what the fuck Flow Rider was talking about.
Flow Rider.
Yeah, man. Insane. But yeah, shout out to T-Pain. I mean, he hating on Drake. It's what it is. Like, I'm gonna be honest. We all gotta give just pay homage. We all know Drake's one of the greatest. T-Pain's one of the greatest. You know
but we're looking at it as outsiders again. We don't know.
Yeah,
you feel me?
There's like the alleged beef with something like they did a song or they were supposed to do the song. T-Pain drove all the way to like Atlanta and then I think he got stood up. I'm not sure, but it was something like that. So after that, it was pretty much like after that, it's always been like a fuck this dude, like, you know what I mean?
So what you gotta say? Speaking of celebrities, I know you saw B. Simone with
word.
her friend.
Right. Okay, so B Simone.
Go ahead.
No, so B Simone was on a podcast with her friend, and they were talking about their struggles and their hardships, and the friend was kind of expressing like, "Yo, there was times where I watched you give away a lot of money and be so and be so philanthropic with your with your money and your time with other people, and I was going through it, and you didn't help me out, and you knew I was going through it, and then she was saying like." It helped her grind though, and it motivated her to want to get better. And then now she's doing great. And now B Simone is expressing like she got emotional talking about it because she was like, "Damn, I wish I did help you out when you needed it." Because like I know what it feels like now because she isn't doing the best, I guess, financially. And it's just crazy because you seen the audience reaction to it was like, wasn't B Simone that one that was just talking about she can't deal with a dude that has a 9 to 5? Like, wasn't she the one that was talking like she's better than people? And it was just funny too because in the podcast that she had with her friend, she was talking about like, yeah, like I went from Neiman Marcus, Bloomingdale's to H&M. Like,
H&M is crazy.
And the people ate her the fuck up. Like H&M is still fucking expensive.
People was going crazy in the comments, bro.
Like, yo, bro, H&M is not the worst thing in the world. Shorty, like for real, you could have been at Rainbows or Cookies. You ever been at Cookies? Huh? You bought your clothes on Broadway and Patterson? Like that's what I'm saying. Like like
Mandy's.
Bro, it could be way worse. I promise. Ross, like pay for less. Like what was that? Not Bill. Pay less. Is shop
Ross.
for less.
Ross.
Yeah, bro. No, there's a bunch of them. I'm naming because you might
Five
be in a different
Below,
region.
Five Below.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like,
depending on where you at, you know I'm naming these stores. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because Ross is really like a West Coast thing. But man.
Nah, people ran with that meme. People were posting like, "Yo, it's crazy. I ain't get paid. I had to go from a supersize to a large." Like people,
Wait, supersize is still a thing?
No. It was just a meme.
Word.
No, it's not. I'm just saying.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. That nigga who made that McDonald's documentary, I'm bringing out topic. He's a fucking hater. I ain't gonna lie.
He's the reason why there's no more supersize.
Yeah, that's what made me think about that. I'm like, he probably got that shit eradicated. He's a fucking hater.
He did.
He's a fucking hater.
He definitely did.
And McDonald's is gangster. Them motherfuckers say, yo, fuck all that healthy shit, bro. I went to McDonald's a couple years ago and asked for a salad, and they laughed at me like, bro, we haven't had salad since like Carter 3. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? Salad? Like, they were like, we haven't had salads in like 10 years.
We haven't had salad since after our ice cream machine broke.
See, you know what's crazy? McDonald's caught wind of the ice cream machine memes, and there's never been a broken ice cream machine since, bro. Them motherfuckers got that shit down packed. You can get ice cream at any point of the day from McDonald's at this point, son. Anywhere.
So what's your thoughts on B Simone and everything?
B Simone, right. We talking about ice cream.
Yeah.
B Simone, honestly.
And we're a friend and everything.
I mean, I don't want to say. See, the thing is, I don't know how to explain it. You can see people going through a struggle, but like if they don't reach out and ask, I don't feel like it's nobody's duty to be like, yo, I know you're going through something. Here's some money. Like that's not really their job. Especially as a friend, maybe it's different if it's family. Yeah. But even then, I don't know how their situation looked. Because sometimes you don't know people are going through that.
Especially,
You feel me? Because it can be a little embarrassing. So I don't want to even lead on how bad I'm really doing right now. So it's like I'm not going to necessarily say B Simone's all the way in the wrong for that. But I mean, people are going to take it back. She's a bad friend. You could have helped them out. I don't think that's her responsibility. I'm going to be real. I ain't going to shit on her and say she was a bad friend and good for her. Hell no. Like
I don't think she's in the wrong at all. Mm-hmm. But I also feel like two things are true. One, the friend, like, what was the reason for you to air that out during a podcast? Like, what was the reason if it was something that?
But she wasn't saying it. If you watched did you see the clip? She didn't say it with the negative connotation of like, yo, like, I kind of don't fuck with you because of that. It was like I said, she was saying it motivated her. Seeing her do so much better made her feel like I know if my friend is doing it, I can do it. Which also was part of the reason why she was prideful and not wanting to ask her because she knew B Simone had a lot on her plate. She was paying for friends and family, funerals, doing shit, funding people's business, whatever. I don't fucking know. Her shit. She probably had a couple niggas in jail she was paying for, her shit. But Shorty was like, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like, yo, you're a bad friend. That wasn't the conversation. The conversation was like, yo, thank you for motivating me by doing that. And B Simone was like, yo, I feel bad now. You know what I'm saying? That's when the emotional part came in. The friend wasn't trying to come down. Talk down on her.
I thought she was trying to.
Nah. She wasn't even trying to talk down on B Simone. It's just the audience was like, that's the bitch that was saying she can't fuck with
and I feel like at the same time, obviously I don't know either of them. Yeah. But at the same time, I feel like B Simone has always carried that demeanor of
like
I got it. Yes. Yeah. She's always had that energy. I'm not saying that A, that she knew her friend was down bad like that. B, she wouldn't have helped her friend. But pairing that with the energy that she gave off, it wouldn't be surprised me.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what it was though. It's like you said, it was the demeanor. Her energy was so off that a lot of people were quick to be like, "Oh yeah, fuck you."
Yeah, exactly.
Like, we was waiting for to see you down bad.
Yeah.
And that's sad too, because it's like, why do some people really get a kick? Like those comments, those people reposting it, laughing, like. There's something that makes those people feel good to repost that, to see somebody else's demise, and that is a conversation they need to have with them fucking selves.
There's a lot of people who ain't really like her, but but at the end of the day,
for no real reason other than the energy she was putting out was like, "Oh, I'm better
cringy," or the clickbait, like just her style of how she got popping. A lot of people didn't rock with it.
Now you're losing. Good for you.
Yeah. Everybody was.
I think that's a really weird way to look at life, and I don't think that's good for anybody. Like if that's the energy you carry on in life, just know it's one of those like what you put out, you get back. And even if you don't express that out loud and put it in the comments, if you truly get a kick out of seeing somebody else do bad that never did anything to you, it's different if it was like a revenge thing. That's different.
Yes.
But I don't know this stranger from a hole in the wall. I just don't like them because the way they're carrying and stuff. They never did nothing to me personally. It's not like they did some egregious, like they don't have no crazy charges.
Yeah, like
it's like I'm just mad because she has a weird attitude. Like it's a little weird on your side, and you should probably work on being able to neglect that emotions where you don't even realize it. Like because that's a negative energy that you're holding in, and that shit is poison, son. Like to have that in reality, and you don't have to have the conversation out loud. Have it with yourself. If you get enjoyment out of seeing other people's demise, you need help. You need help, and I'm not trying to down talk you, but I feel like not you. I'm saying
of course. Yeah.
People who this is resonating with by saying that because it is natural to feel that way. It's natural to be a little jealous. It's natural to be like a little envious. It doesn't have to be a negative envy or a negative jealous, but it's not. It's bad when it is a negative. When you do have a like, yeah, fuck this bitch, I can't wait, or yeah, I'm glad you're injured. I'm glad something bad. I'm glad you're in jail. Like. If that's your energy, bro, I hope you learn how to weave that out of your body. Because that's a demon. That's a demon.
That's
some toxic
that
shit.
That is a demon. You're right. You're 1,000% right.
That's gonna follow you in life, and it's a negative thing. It's a cloud that you don't even know. You're the only person casting it on top of your head. You're the only one doing it to yourself. But
I agree.
But I just thought about it. We are nearing the end of time. Mars letting us rock, but I just realized like I gotta go to work.
We started a little late.
Yeah.
I just want to touch on Antoine Massey situation.
Oh, Antoine Massey, the New Orleans.
We didn't cover this at all.
It went right over our heads to talk about it.
No, it's so much was going on.
Yeah.
By the time we record,
bro. So Antoine Massey, people don't know, he was part of the New Orleans. I think it was like 9 or 10 fugitives escaped the jail in New Orleans. One of the jails in New Orleans apparently, and. It was kind of crazy to watch the surveillance footage of them walking out. It was fucking insane.
Legit walking
and they were all on the run. The last like
highway.
Two was, I believe his name is
Derrick Groves.
Derrick Groves and Antoine Massey. Antoine Massey is the most famous one because he was the one that went on Instagram Live to give a speech and asked Meek Mill and Lil Wayne for help.
Said he was innocent.
Talking about he's innocent. Like what
on Facebook Live is crazy. Yeah.
First of all, what the fuck are you talking about?
If you're on Facebook Live, you deep in the trenches. That's deep in the trenches.
Facebook
Live is crazy. You feel me?
Facebook Live only exists in Patterson and in the Bronx, respectfully. Like, it's the only places people are on Facebook Live.
Deep in the trenches.
Yeah, deep. Like Baton Rouge or some shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You got to be in the hood. But Antoine Massey, so he actually just got raided. I believe somebody, they saying his family was the one that was low key giving him in because they put a $25K bounty on his head.
I heard
boy was bound to go to jail.
I heard it was the Airbnb owner.
That Airbnb owner's up 20 bands and happy as a bitch. First of all, why you got an Airbnb if you on the run, son? What are you doing? You living lavish?
And apparently the Airbnb it had such high fences around it.
He was trying to hide his face. What was you gonna do? Pay $100 a day and be free? I don't. Whatever. Criminals are the dumbest people in the world.
But he definitely used it as a staycation.
Yeah, for sure. He's like, yo, I'm gonna live. Fuck it, I'm gonna do my thing. I got 5 days because he has a crazy rap sheet.
Yeah,
mind you, he's like 32. He has like an 18-year-old daughter or son, if I'm not mistaken. Like he's definitely been somebody who's been through the ringer as far as like coming from the hood and all that good stuff. But what's crazy is Derrick Groves.
Derrick Groves, yo.
Did you hear his rap sheet?
Yeah, he's what he got. Yeah.
Yo, Derrick Groves. People who don't know, they were in jail, not prison. So technically, he's innocent until proven guilty. Derrick Groves. They have this on camera though, so I don't know if I should say allegedly. He got into an altercation on Bourbon Street, last year.
Mardi Gras. It was Mardi Gras. Right? It was like 2021.
And I guess in the midst of that, it turned into like, I'm gonna go shoot this shit up. He pulls up to an establishment airs this shit out. I think he had like a chopper or some shit, a Draco or something. He let the shit off, ended up killing 2 people and shot 2 other people. Okay, cool. Then while he's in jail for that, it comes that, oh, he's actually the one who did these 2 other murders.
I didn't know that.
Previous to that. Yeah. So bro, he got 4 bodies allegedly, 2 attempts. We need him caught, okay? If you see this motherfucker, somebody say something.
They say that they're coming out with information saying that they feel like he grew his hair out or something, tried to change.
It's been like a month. Where the fuck he grew his hair out to?
That,
If I'm listen, I ain't gonna lie. Derrick Rose, you better listen. Shave your beard, grow some titties or something, nigga. Get out of here.
He's the last one. He's the last one left.
Put on a wig, grow some titties, get out of here, son. Cause they're coming, and when they come and get you, don't be surprised if you end up in that bitch hog-tied and dead.
Yo,
they not about to play 4 murders and 2 attempts. They're not about to listen.
And not
you'll
only
be
that,
lucky if they catch you sleeping. Because
like
if they catch you on foot, they're gonna kill you, son.
I know the victims and witnesses right now. If
they catch him on foot, they're going to boom him, bro. That's crazy, bro. 4 murders and 2 attempts, and you're on the run, meaning you're not trying to go.
Oh no, hell no. If
I
got them charges, I'm out. You have to catch me.
You think the cops about to pull him over and put him in handcuffs?
Probably, yeah. Yeah, I think so.
A 4-time murderer with 2 attempts.
Yeah, I think.
You gotta remember, he's Louisiana and he's black.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know what FanDuel says, but I like the odds is, boy, turn yourself in because you finna die. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to wish death on him, but I just know how to Louisiana give it up. Let's not act like we don't know. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be very easy to justify to the public why we killed son. Very easy.
Yo, it's crazy. Yo, once I saw the escape happen, I'm like, all right, it's crazy. I'm like, okay, what are the stories gonna happen? Who's gonna split up with who? Who's gonna be who? Who's gonna get
most
captured
of them got
first?
caught in hours.
Yeah, they caught one dude in his bait pants. Like, feel me? Like
his bait pants?
Yeah, he had a design on. Hours later, I'm like, yo, he couldn't wait to throw that on. He
couldn't wait to throw that fit on. That's the thing, yo. Antoine Massey stupid ass posted a birthday fit. Like it was like his birthday while he's been in escape, and he dead ass posted a birthday fit. I'm like, this nigga's taunting the police. I'm like, bro, listen, man.
Listen, I'll put it this way. People are like, yo, why did he go? Why he disappear? Like, first of all, time out. It's expensive to disappear. You can't just do that, bro. First of all, if you don't got it like that, you'd have to commit crimes that you feel like.
And if you've seen Antoine Massey's face, bro got a king chess piece right here and 2 pawns right here.
He can't go far.
Where the fuck are you going?
He can't go far. And so I feel like he was just doing a staycation as long as he could.
Yeah.
I'll be out as long as I can stay out. So. Yeah. On that note, guys, this has been another episode of the Free Gems Podcast.
157. Honestly, I really like the way this episode went, and I really like the fact that we can come in here off 3 hours of sleep and have a better episode than when we come in well rested.
Nah, you're right, yo.
All that other good shit. You know what I'm saying?
This morning I didn't know how I was gonna feel, but I'm good now. I'm all right
now. I'm gonna regret it at 3 p.m. when my head's dropping on the desk and I'm trying to draw a tat, and I'm like, fuck. I gotta go. Listen, I gotta tap out. I'm not gonna be done until 3, 4 in the morning. So wish me luck, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all don't give a fuck about tattoos, so we don't gotta talk about that. But listen, appreciate y'all. Like, comment,
157.
Subscribe.
Listen, the Diddler.
Oh shit!
Tomorrow we'll find out.
Damn, episode that was quick. When they say speedy trial, they don't fuck around.
Verdict.
He could have got bitch pregnant before he went to jail. Came out and the bitch still wouldn't have had a kid by now. I don't know why that's my frame of reference for time, but that's what happened in my head just now.
So.
In that case,
we'll see you guys next Sunday. Free Gems Podcast.
Free Gems Podcast. We gone. Appreciate y'all, man. Yeah, Sirski.